Back like we never left. It's Head Cannon Graps, and we are bringing to you today how Naomi got her groove back. And this is based off of a part two to our Who Took Out Jade Cargill video that we did for our Graps and Theory series. And so we had Naomi being a potential attacker alongside Bianca being one of the ones who we selected as being somebody who did it, but it's been revealed that Naomi is the attacker with some twist that, hey, Bianca might have known that Naomi had something to do with it and turned a blind eye. Because Jade's reactions to Bianca, there's some distrust there, and you can tell that Jade doesn't believe that Bianca is just telling the truth about everything she knows. And so when we look at Naomi's part in this story and the fact that she has now been named the attacker, I just hate that because I really do believe she had a lot more to give as a babyface. And I thought she was on the cusp of winning the world title as a babyface, even if it was going to be for a short period of time. You don't leave the company to drop the tag team titles and go reinvent yourself in TNA wrestling as Trinity Fatu. Do all that you do. Come back in the Rumble with great energy. Yeah, there's plans already made at that time period, so we're gonna let you ride. We're gonna have to let you ride in the background, but your time is coming. And then you can kind of see it after that Blair Davenport loss on SmackDown. They started to rebuild Naomi, and whether it was the big three taking out her and the unholy union, and then moving on to then Naomi feuding with Tiffany and beating Tiffany, and going back and forth with Bayley trying to get the title off of Nia, and then having the feud with Nia where she was going to be able to beat Nia, but each time she faced Nia, somebody got in her way and it was a distraction. She had the support of the fans. She had the support of her friends who would come out and help her at times. I don't see where the twist and the turns came for her attacking Jade, but here, we are there now. And so Jade returns at Elimination Chamber. I'm there live. It's a cool experience. She puts a beat down on Naomi and sends Naomi out of there. In my brain, Naomi, we won't see her for a couple weeks. Well, Naomi's on SmackDown. We get the confirmation with her and Bianca having this back and forth. And Naomi saying, hey, I did this for you, B. I did this because I care about you. She was siphoning from you. She was taking from you. You and all your greatness and what you worked hard to build. And I don't want to see that from you. So, I had to take her out. I wish I did it sooner. And so we're moving forward in this story at the point where Bianca's heartbroken, but the heartbroken Bianca that's walking away from Naomi. Even Jade comes out and looks at her and says, she still doesn't trust Bianca. And then she puts another beating on Naomi. With these two beatings on Naomi, this takes us to the match at WrestleMania 41. I don't know how they put it together in the story, but this inevitably ends in a match. And you might say, well, where's the heat? Jade's put a beating on her 2 times already. I think it comes to this trying to have this official feel to it, and Jade wants to have that victory over Naomi, and so it leads into a match, and Naomi is going to win this match. And you might say, wow, really? Let Jade's first loss be at Mania? Yes. She needs to have that loss in the story because she's had way too many victories over her. And there's more victories for Jade to come down the line. Because after we get away from WrestleMania, Naomi's going to try to focus on a singles title. But instead, Jade's going to come back and want revenge. And this is going to lead to a stretcher match at Backlash in St. Louis. Jade wins this stretcher match. And for a moment, Jade feels this vindication where she's able to move forward in the story in her time, in her life, and challenge now for a singles title. And because of her victory over Naomi in this match at Backlash, at Saturday night's main event in May, she's going to get the shot at Chelsea Green and single-handedly fights off Piper and Fire to defeat Chelsea Green for the Women's U.S. title. Now, during May, there's also going to be some qualified matches for Money in the Bank. Naomi and Jade both end up qualifying for Money in the Bank. But on the way, the last SmackDown before Money in the Bank happens, Naomi challenges Jade for that US title. Jade defends the title, and Naomi ends up losing that match as well. That completely ends the feud with 2-1 for Jade. This takes us, though, to Money in the Bank, where in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Naomi ends up winning the women's briefcase to move forward. Now, when I was looking up the pay-per-view schedule for this year, I was wondering what else is to come past Money in the Bank, and I was a little surprised that, and I haven't heard about it yet, but Evolution has been announced to happen again this year. And so I have the Queen of the Ring tournament starting at Evolution, and I have Naomi taking part of that as Miss Money in the Bank. I don't have her winning the tournament, but she's just taking a part of it to keep her busy and have her facing some other women and keep her active on television. But at Evolution, we're going to have the first one-on-one match between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And this will main event the show. To me, for Evolution, Evolution 2, you need a very big main event for it. And why not have that match be the first Bianca Rhea match where nothing will take the attention away from this match but this match? So they get the build, they get the time to have it, and Bianca ends up defending her world title against Rhea being the loser, and this leads to Rhea going to the Rumble to win the Rumble to challenge Bianca at WrestleMania for that world title. But hey, take a pause for the cause because we are still on Evolution, and at the end of Evolution, the confetti is falling. Bianca has the belt above her head. Naomi comes out, cracks Bianca from behind, and cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Bianca and takes the world title away from Bianca Belair. Going on to SummerSlam in New Jersey, on SmackDown, Naomi's having her celebration. She's proud of what she's done. Jade comes out. Jade says, hey, I've been beating you, and I'm the US champion. I'm already the second best. I now want your title too. And so give me your belt. Bianca comes out. Bianca wants another shot because she was snuck from behind after a long match, and so she wants her title back. This builds to the Big Three triple threat match at SummerSlam, New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. We are building for the biggest story-enriched triple threat match you could have in the women's division. I know that we're building towards one right now with Io, Rhea, and Bianca, but to me, when you're looking at the friendship dynamics with Bianca and Naomi and how that has turned and twisted each other in the story, you have Jade and Bianca's former friendship whittling down to now the championship getting in the way, something that Liv Morgan talked about last year on Raw in Saudi Arabia. And so when we're looking at this, she planted the seeds of, hey, you two are going to be rivals over that world title and it's going to cause conflict between you. Well, the time has come for that at SummerSlam, New Jersey, where Jade ends up getting pinned by Bianca, where Bianca then wins back the world championship. And now the feud moves forward with Jade being unsatisfied with how that went down. But then Naomi stating, hey, I never lost in that match. So in one last final match between Naomi and Jade, Jade puts the US title up. And due to Bianca's assistance, Naomi wins the US title. This then has Naomi supporting Bianca in her world title reign. This being some of the catalysts to help change Bianca into the heel character that takes her into her WrestleMania match against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 42. This is the catalyst for Bianca's heel turn, but it's this long-term story that all kicked off with some hints of, hey, you two are going to have to clash one day. And watch out for that, coming from Liv Morgan. To jealousy brewing with Naomi to the point where she took her out. Bianca being able to focus on a world title without even having to clash with Naomi either. Think about that. Naomi lost out on that world title opportunity as well because of Jade's actions, which was an eye for an eye because Jade lost out on the US title opportunity because of Naomi's actions. I think the story would have been a little bit cleaner if they would have gave Naomi the US title and Jade could chase it off of Naomi going into Mania, but with the title coming into play into the story later on, I think that's just a better way to kind of address the story. So, what do you all think about it? Comment below, let me know. I'm about to drop a Why Will John Cena Lose at WrestleMania 41 video because, hey, guess what? You guessed it. If you've been following this channel, if you've been watching any of the other videos, homie is going to lose at WrestleMania 41, and I will be there live in living color to see it happen. But he will win that number 17 title down the line. It's coming, and I'll tell you when it is happening. So subscribe, hit like on the video, drop a comment about what you think about it, where you think the story should go, and peruse the channel and see some of these other videos I got out here, man, because I've been talking. Y'all just got to the party. But welcome anyway. Glad to have you at any time I get you. Peace and chicken grease. See you on another one.